You already know what he looks like, don't you? One man, a world leader. Charming, powerful, and marked with 3 6s.
That's the picture everyone carries. Here's the problem. That man is not in the book of Revelation.
Wait, he's the whole point of Revelation.
The word Antichrist appears exactly 0 times in it. Not once. It shows up in a completely different place, and it doesn't mean what you think.
Okay, now I have to know.
You're listening to Candle and Seal. I'm Gray.
And I'm Miles, the one asking what everybody's actually thinking. Today, the most feared figure in history, that history keeps getting wrong.
Start with the word itself, Antichrist. It comes from one author, John, in 2 short letters. Not Revelation, not Paul, not Daniel.
So what does John actually say?
He says, and I'm quoting the idea, many antichrists have come. Plural, present tense, already here.
Plural? So not one guy at the end of the world.
For John, an antichrist was anyone denying that Jesus was who he claimed to be. It was a test of belief in his own time, not a countdown to a future dictator.
Then where does the movie villain version come from? The throne, the armies, the number?
From stitching 3 different texts into one character. John's Antichrist, Paul's man of lawlessness, and the beast of Revelation. 3 authors, different decades, different meanings.
So the Antichrist is basically a composite sketch. Wait, you skipped Daniel. Isn't that where this whole thing begins?
Good catch. Daniel has a little horn and an abomination of desolation. Older than John by centuries. And here's the twist, it already came true.
Came true? When?
167 BC. A Greek king named Antiochus marched into the Jewish temple, raised the statue of Zeus, and sacrificed a pig on the altar.
That's the abomination.
To the people living it, yes. A real desecration, with a date and a name.
And Rome.
Rome nearly did it again. The Emperor Caligula ordered his own statue placed in that temple. The province almost revolted, then he was assassinated, and the order died with him. Take Paul first. In a letter to a nervous little church, he warns about a man of lawlessness who exalts himself and sits where he shouldn't.
That already sounds like the guy.
But Paul is writing to real people about their own near future, to calm a panic that the end had already started. Context, not prophecy chart.
And people ignored the context.
For 19 centuries, every crisis found its man. Whoever you feared most, that was the man of lawlessness. The label moved, the fear stayed.
Give me names. Who got crowned?
Nero, the emperor who burned Christians as torches. Take Nero Caesar, spell it in Hebrew letters, add the values, 666.
Hold on. The number actually points at a real man?
And here's the detail scholars love. Some early copies say 616. Change the spelling of Nero, the number changes with it. The math follows the name.
That's weirdly specific. Case closed?
For one reading, yes. The beast was Rome, and the man was Nero. That's the preterist view, it already happened.
But not everyone reads it that way.
No. Others said the villain was still coming. So the crown kept getting passed down. The Reformation. Reformers called the papacy the Antichrist, and Rome called them the same. Both sides, same word, aimed at each other.
Everyone's Antichrist is just the other team.
Napoleon. Numbers were twisted to spell his name too. A nation's nightmare turned into a prophecy. Then the 20th century. Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini. Each one, in his moment, crowned the Antichrist by someone certain the end had arrived.
And every single time.
The world kept turning. Same mistake as last file. Certainty first, evidence never.
Fast forward. My generation had its own scares.
Every decade does. First the barcode was the mark, then the credit card, then the microchip, then a virus and a vaccine.
People genuinely believed each one was it.
And each time, the barcode just kept scanning groceries. Same recipe every time, a new technology, an old fear, poured into the same verse.
It's almost like the fear needs a face.
That's the engine. Uncertainty is unbearable. So people give it a name, a number, a villain. It feels like control.
And a name can be pointed at anyone you already fear.
Which is what makes the label dangerous. It has been used to justify burning people, wars, purges, all in the name of unmasking the Antichrist.
So the search for the monster made monsters.
More than the monster ever did.
Okay, but Revelation does have a beast. 2 of them, right?
A beast from the sea, and a second beast from the earth, later called the false prophet. One rules, the other makes people worship the first.
So the Antichrist people fear is actually 2 characters mashed into John's word.
Exactly. Revelation never calls them Antichrist. That fusion happened centuries later in sermons and paintings, not in the text.
And the mark? The buying and selling?
We opened that in file 1. Short version. To the first readers, it was Rome's economy and Rome's emperor worship. The open question is whether the image also points forward.
That's the part that keeps people up at night.
Because a symbol can fit more than one age. That's what makes it powerful, and what makes it so easy to abuse.
So the movie version. The charming politician, the one-world government, the mark on your hand.
Mostly the last 200 years. Novels, films, paperback prophecy books. They fused the beast, the man of lawlessness, and John's word into one blockbuster villain.
Fiction wrote the face the Bible never gave him.
And it sold. A single mastermind is easier to fear than a vague idea. But easier is not the same as truer.
So we scared ourselves with our own story.
And then went looking for it in the news. That's the loop this whole file is about.
Certainty first. So who's right? Is the Antichrist past or future?
4 honest readings. Preterist. It already happened. 1st century Rome. Historicist. It unfolds across church history. Futurist. Still ahead. Idealist. A symbol of deception in every age.
And the text doesn't hand you a name.
It never does. Anyone who hands you a name is adding it themselves.
So if the text never names him, why does the idea refuse to die?
Because it points at something real. Not a person, a pattern. The moment a lie puts on the face of the truth.
And that shows up in every century.
In every century. In politics, in religion, in your own feed. That's why the warning outlived the empire that inspired it.
The mask changes, the trick doesn't. So the real question in the title, is the Antichrist a person or an idea?
Here's the honest answer. The oldest meaning wasn't a ruler at all, it was deception. The thing that looks like the truth and isn't. Every age that wears a new face. The texts don't ask you to decode a villain. They ask you to not be fooled by one.
Which is a lot harder than pointing at a stranger on TV.
So, comment below, who did your generation call the Antichrist? We read them all. Next file, we open the door everyone's been waiting for. File 3, the rapture. Where that idea actually came from is younger than you think. Until then, some things are only hidden until someone looks.